So, like I said, time now for some business. Emmanuel Abojiri is here. Hi, Emmanuel.
Hi, Chinchin.
Okay.
How are you?
So, I'm great. I'm great. Apparently, you didn't embark on that demonstration, but no, I believe your area, you do have some challenges, or you don't?
Well, absolutely. I mean, we do have challenges everywhere. But
everywhere in the economy.
Everywhere in this world, there are challenges.
I hear that challenges are NCA as well.
Of course, and Imani Ghana seems to be battling it out.
Wow.
With, the NCA is saying that the contract that was given to Afriwave to become an interconnect clearing house, went through some inconsistency and therefore need to be abrogated.
Transpositional errors.
Exactly.
Anyway, give us the details there.
All right, thanks. You're welcome to business. The National Communications Authority, NCA, says it will be impossible to overturn the Telecoms Interconnect Clearinghouse contract. This is in response to calls by policy think tank Imani Ghana, which alleged the bidding process for the contract was flawed. Director General of NCA, William Tevi, was addressing a press conference yesterday in Accra.
According to Imani Ghana, the selection process was fraudulent and Afriwave was unduly favored in the bidding process to win the contract. The think tank therefore wants the contract reviewed, the selection process recommenced, as well as the NCA board dissolved. But addressing a press conference today, Director General of NCA William Tevi said suggestions that Afriwave was unduly favored in the selection process are regrettable and misleading. He explained, citing initial challenges with the transfer of the scores from Excel to Microsoft Word.
We clarify what happened specifically with the award of the points in the various areas of the license application evaluation process. And as we indicated in our earlier response, that the AEP in the preparation of the report transferred the scores from Excel to Microsoft Word. They then noticed that there were some errors with regard to the scores, in which situation the errors were corrected and there are verifiable correspondences to that effect.
Mr. Tevi adds the contract process cannot be overturned, insisting Afriwave legitimately won the contract after due diligence.
Another view was shared that the process employed must be dissolved and a new one instituted. To this, the NCA says no. In our opinion, they stated that view as a result of the fact that they were not privy to the entire licensing process, and this is a process which was documented and verified at every stage. As far as the final report is concerned, the NCA firmly states that due diligence was employed throughout the process.
The Interconnect Clearinghouse is the central platform through which all forms of communications, including voice calls and internet, will pass before terminated on the various networks.
Now, dealing with customer emotions would be a major test for banks this year in their quest to deliver quality customer service. That's according to Margaret Techimaika, CEO of customer service consulting firm Nest of Ideas. A survey conducted by her outfit last year showed that banks were rather more focused on enhancing their business environment than the needs of their customers. Mrs. Techimaika explained to Joy Business at a networking session for institutions why it is important to deal with the customer service emotions in the banking sector.
Most people don't have a clear-cut way of dealing with customer emotions and indeed employee emotion. And so what happens is that complaints and other things go haywire. And so if we focus more on looking after employees and also and giving them the skills that they need to deal with dissatisfied customers, it will go a long way, because there are many horror stories where customers have walked away because they did not get what was promised. And you can see that there's a lot of money spent on advertising. However, some of it can be channeled into looking after the customer who actually makes payday or makes profit possible. So our whole emphasis has been on customer experience and the trends to watch in 2016.
And that's it for business. Thanks very much for your company. To continue watching the news. My name is Emmanuel Boajiriafe.